Welcome back to your favorite podcast. Not just playing. Hey
Okay.
guys, no.
It's the first episode, so welcome. I guess we should start off by saying welcome. This is our podcast, me, Delyla. It's called Get Edumacated. It's not really anything
Special, but
serious or special or serious. It's just for they're just here to
funsies.
funsies, just to talk, just to because we're bored and we're stuck in quarantine, nothing else to do. So
Yep. So we named it Get Edumacated because you learn something every day. Learn something every day, and from our podcast, hopefully you can and will learn something every day. So yeah,
yeah,
hopefully.
that whatever you learn doesn't have to be significant. Doesn't have to really benefit you. You just learn something new. You just learn
Yeah,
something
new
new.
fact every day.
Um.
So you
So
can learn something new today about us. So my name is Delilah Hernandez, your second co-host, and we have a first co-host.
my name is Brandon Yang, and yeah, we are the two, I guess, creators or hosts of Get Educated. Um. Let's see. We I don't know. We started being friends how long ago? Like 4 years ago.
Yeah, probably 4 years ago. That's crazy.
It's been
Think
four
about that.
years. Some ups and downs, some bumps in the road, but
Some thick and thin, some definitely been through a lot. We have lots of stories to be telling
lots of
throughout this
stuff.
podcast.
But
Lots of stuff, but
yeah.
we're not gonna get into it right now. We met at school. Yeah, obviously. Well,
Well,
if
once we
some
get
of
more
you know.
people, once we get more people in, we'll have friends or quote unquote guests, but they'll be our friends. We'll have friends or more people to
Yeah,
come on and we just talk about certain
some special
subjects.
guests.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing. It's not too organized, I'd say. It's
Yeah, it's just
basically off the top of our
we're
heads,
going
but we're just going with it.
unscripted,
Unscripted, yeah.
just talking about random things.
Getting educated on random
Educated.
things.
So yeah, as we mentioned before, we got topics to talk about. So for our first episode, our topic will be
Conspiracy
conspiracy
theories.
theories. Yeah. Um, don't really know where to start off. I guess we'll start off by just talking about some ones we know. So go ahead, Dalal. You can start off.
Okay, so there's like a lot you can get into with conspiracy theories. Like there's like a whole broad spectrum of conspiracy theories. But I guess some of the main ones I would say would have to be probably like 9/11, maybe the aliens conspiracy,
Mhm.
like maybe just like us being alive in general.
Our whole lives are
Our
is a
whole lives.
conspiracy. Yeah.
Literally so many things you can get into. So I honestly don't know. Like, what do you want to get into first? There's like a lot.
I guess like we just talk about some like I guess like some big ones. Like first off, like Mandela. Mandela became like that one actually came out of nowhere. Like Mandela effect kind of
Oh
just
yeah.
took the scene, and that's lucky. That's what got me more into conspiracy theories. I wasn't really a big conspiracy theorist
Uh-huh.
until like Mandela effect came out, and then that's when I started watching YouTubers and people who just started wanting to, who are already, all about that and they're already spreading the
Uh-huh.
news or just, sharing it. I'm just like, it's pretty dope. And Mandela Effect started off, Berenstein, that was a big one. That one was
Oh
crazy.
yes.
Like, I don't know. And when it
There's
just,
so
when you
many.
just started like applying it to your life, like, that is spelled differently, or like, yo, I swear, or, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, like no, for real. Like even just like oh, I swear I had put my phone right there. Like oh, what the hell? Like it's not there. What? Like even in
Yeah.
general, like you said,
Just
a huge Mandela effect that low-key got me was the Febreze one because I was like, there were aren't there two E's in it or there was one
It's
E,
I
but
don't know.
something
It's
like
something
that.
like that. It's like you
But I
took
was
one
like,
E, but
what?
yes, that one shook me and my aunt the most. Cause that one, could we, bro? I use Febreze like every day. Like, bro, I
For
use that
real.
stuff.
I was like,
And then I
what?
just noticed that I was like, yo, I think it's spelled with like one E or something like that.
Yeah, I think it
And
is.
like
There's
it's
one
supposed to be
E.
like a play on word with breeze, but
Uh-huh.
I was just like, what? I don't know. Yeah,
That those
that
tripped
was
me because
crazy.
I was
Those are
like, no
trippy.
way.
Those are trippy because it's like
And
you do believe it.
yeah, and there's like the Pikachu one where the tail without the tail.
Pikachu? Is it Pikachu? Was it Pikachu?
Yeah, I think it is Pikachu. It's him with the tail and him without. I
No, he
swear I
been
always
had
saw
it.
him with the tail. I
He
always
been
saw him with
had
the
a tail.
tail.
He
But
still has a tail. He does not.
I
They
there
did
was
not get
one
rid
where it's
of
like
his tail.
without something like
No, it
that.
wasn't him. It was it was not Pikachu.
Who was it then?
It wasn't Pikachu. I know that for sure. It was not Pikachu. It was like no, it wasn't. It wasn't Pikachu though.
Damn,
I
I
know Mickey Mouse in the
swear. No, see, that's a
overalls.
Mandela effect. I swear I saw it, but probably didn't,
No,
honestly.
no. See, that's what. No, that's what I kind of was thinking about. Like, what if Mandela effect? What if that was just like the? What if that was like a testing phase of like brainwashing? Because everybody just started agreeing with it. You
Ooh,
know, everybody was just like, yeah,
for real.
yeah. Everybody started
Or they
agreeing with
say
it.
it's like different realities type of way, like different dimensions,
Different dimensions and
like
like
our or
that's.
the parallel universes, my bad.
Oh yeah, no.
Like we got into a parallel universe. That's why Febreze changed to 1E, because like in the other
Yeah,
dimension
like
it's
something just
that
split
or
or like
something
a
like that.
split happened in ours where just like we thought it
It
happened or
changed the
like
name, yeah.
yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of weird, but
Yeah, Mandela effects did get me into conspiracy theories too, now I think about it. I was kind of into conspiracy theories at a young age, kind of like 10. I always found them interesting because I was like, bro, what? Like, no way. Like I always found like the pyramids and like aliens and stuff like that
yeah, I always
interesting.
found that shit fascinating. I was like, yo,
Because I was like, no way. It's egotistical to think that we're the only living organisms out in the entire universe.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
no
yeah.
way, what? And then supposedly they confirmed it now, which is crazy. We talked about
Yeah, when
that
they
in the last
curve, we
episode.
talked about that in our pilot or episode 0 in our dark
Yeah.
episode. Like, I don't know, like for real, when they announced that, it just got like overshadowed by everything, like because no one really cared. Honestly, no one cared.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about the joke I made in the last podcast, but anyway.
Anyways, but like I don't know because it kind of does seem like what I said earlier, like brainwashing. Like, bro, honestly, I think that's a real thing. Like, I think there is a way to like brainwash
Oh,
people.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I was talking about it like in the. I remember I mentioned this to you way before we were just talking. We would just talk about this when walking about like
Uh-huh.
how the school system works. Like I feel like that's how brainwashing first starts. It starts like in the school system, because what do you
That's
learn?
so
You
true.
learn you learn you know like the hour times. You learn oh by this time we're gonna do this or this time like you get
Uh-huh.
periods, you get block schedules, whatever kind of stuff like that. But even like
Yeah, you
way
learn
before
about
that in kindergarten, you learn the first thing you learn is like how to sit, and all that kind of stuff. And then also the big thing was like, what is it, the national
uh-huh.
anthem, like learning the Pledge
Oh,
of Allegiance or whatever,
yeah,
or yeah, that
yeah.
whatever, not the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance. Like that's what I was like. That was like the
Mhm.
first hint of brainwashed. Like, what do you do? Like when someone says, when they just say please stand and there's a flag, you automatically stand up, you put your
Yeah,
hand on your
dude.
and you look up. Like you don't question that. Like
Yeah, you
when
don't
someone's
question
like
it.
stand
Yeah.
for the Pledge of Allegiance, like
Like
you
it's
just
like
do
a
it.
cult almost, bro. Like
Like
they literally
like
like
someone says those words or like someone tells you to do it like instant
do
like
for
that. Like
real.
everybody just hops on and do. That's why I'm like, and that kind of
Yeah.
like leads to that mentality of just like, oh, what if it was something else? What if they made a word that made us do something else, like or a phrase that triggered us to do something else that we thought was just normal, like
Yeah, like so much stuff is normalized that like like I don't know how to explain it, but for example, like doing something weird is not normalized, but I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like it was normalized to do all these things, and it's like
yeah.
looking back at it, it's like, bro, like what the fuck, like that's
It's kind of
actually kind of
weird.
weird.
Like,
Like
like you
we all
look at
just
something, you look back at yourself and do something, like it happens in just
yeah,
normal life. Like you look back, like, oh, as a kid, we used to do this, this, and this. Like, and now we're just like, yeah, we don't do that. That's weird. Or like, that's kind of, or
that's kind
something
of
we did do that
strange.
we
Yeah.
still do. Or like, yeah, that's normal. Like, yeah, we did that. I did that
Yeah,
since I
like
was a
it's
kid.
all about perspective in a way. And
Mhm.
another thing that kind of leads to that is what I always think of is I'm like, dude, what if the color red I see is not the color red you see? Or what if I taste like the taste of banana to me tastes like the
It's
taste
something
of a strawberry
totally
to you,
different.
but we
Yeah.
all think it's the same thing because it's the same object, but literally it's not.
Dude,
Like
that'd be
that always
crazy. Like,
that always like triggers me. I'm like, what if like a banana doesn't even taste like a banana to you? What if it tastes like a fucking watermelon, but you think it tastes like a banana
dude,
because you
that
had a
is
banana? Like
no,
what?
like that is
Like doesn't that not blow your mind? Like that I always think that every single day. I'm always like,
that's
bro,
actually pretty crazy. Like thinking
like
that, like, yo, someone could be seeing like a whole nother fucking
yeah.
color. and like y'all could just be like putting the label on it as red or banana or
Exactly.
fruit,
That's
and
what I'm
like
saying.
yeah, like y'all just like, oh yeah, that's just what the world labels it as. So of course,
Yeah.
to me, yeah, like oh she,
Yeah.
that's just
Like
kind of
people who are
fucking crazy.
colorblind, like imagine people who are colorblind didn't know until they were like, bro, that's not purple. And then the other person was like, yeah, it is. And you're like, no, that's fucking blue.
No, like
Like,
dude,
so you
like that
know how
shit's
you're supposed to know.
crazy.
Like,
No, cause like
yeah,
I
like
still
it's
remember the first time
perspective
I
and
found out someone was colorblind or colorblind was a thing. It was
uh-huh.
like in seventh grade. It was when that game came out, the Color Switch. You remember that one where you tap on the thing and it was just like a ball and like you
Oh,
just pass
what
through
is it the
obstacles,
Simon?
something like that. I don't know. It's just like you're a color. You're like a little ball. You tap the
Uh-huh.
screen. It's like a Flappy Bird
Oh
type
yeah,
thing,
yeah. Yeah,
and
it's
you
called
could change
Simon.
colors or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, whatever
Uh-huh.
it's called, and you could just change colors, whatever. And this girl in my class was. She was just like, "Oh yeah, that's blue," and I was like, "No, it ain't." And I was just like, "What are you talking about?" Like she saw the colors totally different. Like she was still playing the game
Yeah.
normal because it was the color she was seeing. But to me,
Uh-huh.
I was like, "Oh,
Nah,
like,
that's
that's not that color." And she was like, "What do you mean? There's only like three colors. This game is so easy." Like because there's only to her there was only two colors because some of the
uh-huh.
colors she couldn't see or some of them were the
Yeah, that's
same.
crazy.
And so like she was just like, "Yeah, there's only two colors. This game is so easy." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Dude, what the fuck?" I was just like, "You're tripping." Like that when I first found out about colorblindness, like that shit just blew my mind. I was like, "What the fuck?"
I don't think I like found out about it. I feel like I just knew that like
You
kind of
just knew,
existed.
like,
Like,
nah. I mean, I knew about it, but like, I never knew somebody. So, like, the phenomena of somebody right then and
yeah.
there, right in front of me, disagreeing on what color was right in front of me, I was just like, I was baffled. I was like, what the
That's
fuck?
funny. Yeah, I probably
Like,
would have been too. I'd have been
like,
like, I'd be like,
and I
what the
was
fuck
still
are you
young. I
talking
was like, how you
about?
telling me that's not red? Like
Yeah.
it reminds me of this freaking this Caleb City vine, and he was like, it was about it was like when you're dumb, when your dumb friend asks something so dumb it makes you feel dumb or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And so he was like, "Hey," he's like, "I left my red sweater. Can you pick it up for me?" He was like, "Yeah, for sure." So he went to the closet, and so his friend was like, "Hey, which one do you want again?" He's like, "The red one." He's like, "I'm gonna need you to explain to me what red is." He was like, "The color red, like the first color of the rainbow." He was like, "Well, I don't know what red is, so explain to me." And like, and
What?
he couldn't explain to him what red was, and I was like, you know what? Like, how are you supposed? Like,
Right.
what if someone was colorblind and like completely colorblind, like they couldn't see like
Uh-huh.
any color, and you told them to get you like a red sweater, like what if they're like
You wouldn't be able to.
they're like
There's
describe
no
to
way
me
you could
like
describe
yeah what if
that.
they like
If they
describe to
can't
me, or
see color,
what if somebody just didn't know what red was, like someone saw something that was red, didn't even call it red, it was just like, oh yeah, that's a sweater or that's a book, like didn't call it a red book, didn't
I'm
call it a
weak.
red sweater or didn't classify as red, they just called it what it was. So what if yeah
How
so
would you describe that?
what if somebody was like, yo, what the heck is red, like explain to me what a red sweater is. I was like, what would you say? Like, you couldn't
You
say
can't say
anything.
anything.
And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like, is that really a dumb question? Or is that like a really like, I don't know. I feel like that's just a really dumb question.
is it a smart question
Or
and
is it
you're
like a smart
dumb
question?
to
Because
answer? I'll just
it makes you feel dumb. Like if a dumb is a dumb
yeah,
question
that's
really dumb
true.
if it makes you feel dumb? Like, cause you're thinking about like
Bro,
there's
that's
no
so
opposite.
true. How would you
I
explain
don't
the
know. There's
color
like no
red?
opposite. There's no way to answer that question. I was thinking about that. I was like, dog, that's crazy.
That
That's
is crazy.
crazy.
Mind blown right now.
I'm blowing. Like that shit's fucking crazy. But okay. So back to the topic. What were we on? Conspiracy theories. So
Yeah.
we're gonna move on to like which one, like ones we would believe, I guess, or ones that we kind of not believe. I wouldn't say believe because that's a strong word for conspiracy theories in the world of conspiracy theory. That's a very strong word.
Do you hear that
Believe.
buzzing?
I did not hear a buzzing.
Oh, that was weird. Okay, no, sorry.
Okay. What is it? So we're gonna go over
Some that we
some
highly
like highly like, or the ones that we like okay, so like these are the ones that really got me like thinking like, whoa, like even though these are kind of the worst ones too because these go against like America or whatever, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
Like so my first one was like the moon landing, like how they said it was fake, and honestly I was like,
That one
because
is
that was
actually
such
insane.
like that one makes sense, but as someone coming into it as a skeptic or like someone who was like new to conspiracy, I was like, that's not all. Like, oh, I was like, oh, this theory is gonna be pretty cool, but like we landed on the moon, like 100%,
Yeah.
100%. Like it's just like common knowledge, like yeah, we landed on the moon for like Yeah, it's known, but then like all this like all the camera angles and all the things they were
Dude,
pointing out, like
yeah,
all the
like
flaws,
the footprints, like how the
the
footprint didn't
footprints,
match the shoe. Dude, that was
the
the biggest one.
dude,
How do you
and
mess
no,
that up?
no, and
Like,
the glare, no, and when you can
oh
see
yeah.
equipment in the background,
Dude, I
I
know there
was
was something
like,
where it was something fell. I saw it was like a video, something fell, and it was like I thought there was no gravity, and that shit just like falls on the floor, and
dude, no,
like
no, like it's just like it doesn't
like,
make
yeah,
sense,
there
like.
is a lot of stuff. I
There's a
mean,
lot of stuff in there. It's just like, what
there
the
could be a
hell?
possibility that the footage might have been somewhat exaggerated in a way, but like I
Maybe,
don't
but
know. Like
like, I
we
don't
could have
know.
gone to the moon.
We could have. Like,
We
I'm
could
not
have
saying we
gone,
didn't, but
but
the proof right there shows like maybe we didn't, or maybe we did and we just couldn't record it, so they
like first
exaggerated
off,
it.
what year did Neil Armstrong land on the moon? What year?
I don't know, but all I know is that TI eighty
I'm
four or
like,
something like that has more technology than what it took to get to the moon or something
exactly,
like
that's what
that.
I'm saying. Like, how did
So
they
I'm
have the
like,
technology back then to get to the moon? Like, and film it with no gravity? How would you even like y'all could barely film regular movies with regular gravity. How the hell are you gonna do it up in the moon?
yeah,
Like, what?
see, it's just it doesn't make sense, and like,
I feel like
uh,
it was just too advanced for its time.
it was, and
If
it
we were
feels
to
like
be the
it's
first to land out
way
to the moon
too
now, I feel
advanced.
like it would have been believable if we barely went to the moon now. Because like,
It would make sense, like, oh, 2020 something or
yeah,
20 two
because
thousand and something, we went to the moon. That would,
I feel
like,
like the people like back then Egyptians, I feel like they would have had to have gone to the moon first before we did because they were way more smarter. They
they
have
were way
the
more
pyramids,
advanced.
like
The
literally the
pyramids.
pyramids
No,
are
and where the
unexplainable.
pyramids are built, they literally built like,
Dude, they're
aren't they
like
like
in the
literally built
equator.
in
Like
the equator? Like,
yeah, it's like the
what?
perfect points. It's like literally, I don't know the exact things, but it's like on zero of the line of the equator, like in the center of the world perfectly. Like I like the dimensions of it is so perfect. It's
It's
crazy. Like how is
crazy.
that even possible? There's no way. And it's just all insane. Like it's really insane to think
It's
about it.
crazy. Like, dude, like the
So
whole
many questions.
so many questions. It's just
So
like
many
and plus
unanswered
the thing, like,
questions.
yeah, the thing is that like really boosted me to kind of like believe this because like during that time it was like the space war, remember, like the space race, or whatever, when
Oh
all the
yeah.
countries and everybody was trying to
Yeah.
beat each other to see who would get
Yeah,
to the
wasn't it
space first
against Russia,
or
right?
something. It was like Russia or even China. It was like against a lot of people. It was
A
against
lot,
a lot
all of
of
them, maybe
big
even all of
countries.
them.
I think it was
Yeah.
all of them, and I was like, maybe America just said, fuck it, like, let's just come up with something, make it seem like we did, or like,
Yeah,
like make it
true.
look
Because what
like
are they
it.
gonna do? Go
Like,
up
because what are
there
they
and
gonna do?
check?
Is like go up there and check,
Okay,
like, no, we got there first, we
let me
got
just hop
visual
in my
evidence, blah blah blah, like,
Corvette and go up there.
because like they put the flag up there, right? Did they leave the flag? Like, that's the thing. Like, I
I
don't
mean, I
know.
would assume so.
So like,
I
what if we
mean,
went up
wouldn't you
there?
want to leave the flag? I mean,
Like,
it's gonna
yeah.
float away. Would it float away? Like,
Well, no, because they stuck it in the ground, right? Remember they
yeah,
stuck that hell in the ground. So I'm like, I don't know. Like, what if
I
someone
don't
went up
know.
there, it's not there? Like, what if I'm like, obviously, maybe now, like, it makes sense if it wasn't there. Like, oh, something could have
So many
happened.
years, like so
Something could
many.
happen. Yeah, but I'm like, okay, how about right now? How about if we had the technology to go
Yeah,
up
like
there? Let's do it
when's
again.
the
How come
yeah,
we
like
can't
we
do
only
it
went up
again? Like,
there
we
once,
only did
huh?
it once. That's
Yeah,
how I'm
there's no
like,
way. And supposedly they're going to Mars all the time, going to Jupiter, doing all this stuff.
or
Like,
they're
okay, but
sending
what about the
shit
moon?
out,
Like,
like, to like,
yeah,
yeah, I'm
like
just like, we'll
I
come to
don't
the
know.
moon.
It's like
Like,
low
let's
key
go
not
again.
believable. Like y'all capping on us right
Like,
now.
I like, how come we can't do it again? How come we just can't, why can't we
I
can't
know.
retest it? Like, that's what I was like. What if someone was just like, that's why I low
With
key want to
the
become president
most
and just be
like,
like, let's
yeah.
retest it. Let's
Yeah, and we
retest
have
it.
way more advanced technology, and I bet it's like safer to do it now than it was like
And it was
thousands of
like
years ago when they
1,000
did do
years
it,
ago,
or a
like
hundred, however long it was.
the thousands.
I know, we didn't even exist.
We're like this
Like,
happened like a long ago, like, bro. This happened.
it was like a
This is not
hundred
that
years
long. It's
ago.
like 100, less
It
than
was like
100 years
50
ago.
years ago.
Yeah, this is not that long ago.
We're
So
like in 16 and BC
we're like in
after
18
AD
BC and 800
before
BC.
Christ.
So, dude,
Bro, yeah, that
that's
too
why
though.
that one was crazy. That the moon was crazy, and then 9/11 one was even
Oh, that
crazier.
is
Like,
insane. That
the
with
whole
the Pentagon too.
Yeah, like the
all
whole
that.
like respect to all the lives, like like all the people
Yeah,
who like all the lives
honestly,
going and stuff like that. Like that
respect.
that's real. Like none of that. I'm not saying any of that stuff is fake. All the people who passed,
Yeah,
I'm not saying that that's fake. I'm not saying the lives that were at risk or blah
that's
blah,
such
all
a
that kind of stuff.
tragedy.
I'm not saying anything that is fake. The tragedy, saying all that loss, all the sadness that
Rest
happened
in
from that.
peace.
That nothing taking away nothing from that like tragedy, but saying like that it was an inside job, it's a possibility. Like
Is
like
highly possible.
just listening to it and just hearing all those facts, like
Yeah.
you know,
Like and the recordings too, like the planes crashed at the top floors. I don't understand. I mean, maybe that could have allowed it to collapse the entire tower, but I feel like hitting the very top of the tower like wouldn't make the entire thing collapse the way it did
yeah,
into ashes. Like and like there's like other conspiracy theories going into how a lot of the workers were saying that like there was people coming up with boxes and boxes, like all of a sudden people were
yeah.
delivering boxes and taking them into rooms, and those could have like been bombs
Was it
supposedly.
explosions? Yeah,
And
they said
like
like it was just bomb. They set off bombs. Like they made it.
yeah, like that one kind of was really highly
And
believable too.
like in the
That was like
holographic planes, like how
yeah.
they disappear or like how they just vanished, or
Oh yeah, they like literally just go into it and like you don't see it come
you don't
out,
see it
so it's
come
like
out. Like because they even had like proof, if it went through that plane, it would still come out. Like the tip would still like the
yeah,
tip, the
at
nose of the
least
shit would still come out. Like
yeah,
it doesn't just disappear. I'm just like, dude, that's crazy. Like just thinking about all the facts they put into it, it's just like
absolutely insane.
it's
And
crazy. It's
that's crazy how
crazy.
like it was literally it happened like just a couple of years before we were born.
Yes, like 2 years when we
Like
were born,
yeah,
and
2 years
like
before we were born.
and, like and not even just like that evidence goes into it, like the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, like kind of like when I say like the moon one, like the space race was going on during that time. What was going on during 9/11 was like the whole, us against the Middle Easterns, and like
Yeah,
it was
there's just
like,
like
they
so
said
much
like they're
more
trying to find a
into depth.
reason to like go after them, or find a reason to attack or whatever, something like that, or to hit first. And I'm like, it just, when they put that in with it too, when they put political views and they put like what was happening at that time with the conspiracy theory, it was like
Yeah,
that looks a little shaky. It's just like,
it is.
ooh, it just kind of gets you thinking. You're just like,
Yeah, that's
maybe.
actually insane. I mean, it's crazy looking back at it, how long ago it was, and how
Oh, not long ago
still.
was.
I mean, it was almost like 20 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I don't
those
know,
will
man.
forever be
Crazy.
remembered. But yeah, it's absolutely insane.
It's crazy, and like even though like I feel like I'm pretty sure all those people who think it's like a conspiracy theory, they still respect, and they're still like,
Yeah,
not all of
yeah,
them are. I mean, I haven't ran into a very disrespectful theorist before, conspiracy theorists. Like I've never seen someone out there like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you see like those protests on those social media, like those memes, but they're usually
yeah,
not protesting. Like you don't see people protesting conspiracy theories as much as actual things that should be being protested, like civil rights and stuff like that.
yeah. That's actually really true. Oh, a lot of things are.
Like I've never ran into someone who was like, if you don't believe it, you're against the human race, or like something like that. I've
Yeah, I've
never met
never
like
ran into that either.
someone
Like,
super crazy, super into it. I've
yeah,
only
theorists are pretty chill about when it comes to
some
stuff like
theories
that.
are
They're
pretty chill.
open-minded because they're
Some people are like,
open-minded,
yeah, they're
obviously.
really
Like,
open minded,
if they're thinking about these theories, they're gonna be open-minded about everything else when coming into that
but they're
theory.
not open minded against a theory that's against their theory though.
Yeah, they are.
like flat
Yeah, there
earthers,
is a lot
and
of theories
there's a
against
lot
that.
of theory wars. Like there's a lot of
Yeah,
theories
yeah,
that
the flat one, the flat world
are
one,
flat earthers. That one's a
flat
big one.
earther. That one's a huge
Oh,
one.
they're huge. I know some people who like will kill another person for that. Like, yes, the earth is
Honestly, like
flat.
at first, like I was talking to Brandon about this earlier. Like I was saying, I used to be. I wouldn't say that I was a full on flat earther, but like I low key was like maybe
Yeah, there
the
was at
earth
a
could be.
point,
At
me
a point I
too.
was like,
Yeah.
whoa, maybe. But then like thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know because like wouldn't that mean other planets could be flat too? Like why would it just be ours? Wouldn't
Yeah,
like
that's the thing,
Jupiter be
like,
flat? I mean, if you think about it, the ring is
yeah,
flat.
is the ring
So
not flat? Like,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure the theorists who are flat earthers use that highly against the other person, but
Yeah. there's a lot of because there's a lot of arguments with it, and there's a lot of arguments
Yeah.
against it, and it's
I'm
kind of
like,
like there's some things I kind of see like yeah maybe, but there's some things I see like maybe not. But
yeah. Like with the ocean, a lot of them talk about the ocean being one of it. Like if
mhm.
you look at the ocean, like it's literally flat. Like there's no like it's no like circle type aroundish. Like you know the horizon, like if you look over
Yeah.
the horizon, like it should be like a little oval, I guess. Like it's flat, bruh. Like that
No,
should
I'm
be
thinking. I'm
flat.
sorry. I'm laughing because I'm thinking about that time when I was like, remember in bio, I was like, the Earth is a donut. I was like, the Earth is donut shaped. I was
Oh
like,
yeah. People
and
say
then
that too. I'm like,
yeah,
bro.
people did say that. People were like, I said that as a joke because of the meme. I said it because of a joke,
Yeah, the meme.
and I was like, yeah, Earth is donut shaped. And then I had to
That's
actually, and
so
then she
true
made me
though.
go up and present and actually try to defend it. And I was like, I was
Well,
just
if you look
kidding.
up, the sky is blue, and if you think about
Yeah,
it, the
no, it's so
donut, if
stupid.
you're looking up,
You look
bruh,
up.
that's smart.
But it all depends on where you are, though. I mean, not because not everybody's gonna be
That's
at the
true.
hole of the donut. You know,
Oh, that's
some people
true.
look up where they're gonna see green, like,
The grass.
like you know, it's not gonna be all the
Bruh.
same. That's all I was like. I was just kidding, but that one's a big one. Like that one has a big wars. Like
Yeah, that is a huge war one. What
a lot
other
of
ones are
wars are
there?
like if people are dead or alive or not, like Tupac and like a lot of
Oh,
other big ones. Like
shoot.
no, okay, one I believe
I've
I
seen
know this
Michael
was
Jackson one.
yeah,
The Michael
I
Jackson one
the
has been
one
everywhere. I've seen those. I was
I
like,
believe that he's still alive. Like low key, he if any celebrity out of all the theories I've heard of celebrities being fake or faking their death,
uh-huh.
Michael Jackson is part like the most likely to be alive
Really? I would say,
because he had
honestly,
no
I
reason
don't
to
know.
die. He had no
How
reason.
didn't he die from the pills? Like,
Yeah,
didn't the
but the
doctor
use,
give him?
bruh. Okay, the facts behind. I
Yeah,
was
tell me the
watching
facts. I don't
the
even know this theory.
documentary I watched with my father back then because okay, this was back then where like he passed like probably like a few years back, and I was
Uh-huh.
watching this documentary with my dad, and it really like hit me, and I was like, dude, and like I remember I used to go around like saying Michael Jackson's alive. Like I used to be telling everybody this shit because that shit changed my life.
Really?
Because what happened was like so here these were some of the facts. Some of the facts were the doctor was doing CPR on the bed. Why would you do CPR on the bed? You need to do it on a hard surface because then there's no point in doing CPR because it's just bouncing back. To CPR,
Oh shoot,
you need
that's
the
true.
flat surface to be able to break in their
Yeah,
their
their
chest
actual,
and
yeah.
be able to pump in air. So why would we
Uh-huh.
be doing on the bed? Because the bed's springy. It's gonna bounce back. You're not gonna get
Yeah, there's
a
like
good
no,
CPR. And
yeah.
there's literal visual, there's recordings of the ambulance backing up slowly. It's backing up slowly. If somebody's
Oh,
dying, why would the ambulance be backing up? Like it's literally taking
yeah.
its time backing up out of Michael Jackson's driveway. It's taking its sweet time, just backing up. And it's literally there's like police cars, somebody's dash cam recording it, and I'm like, yo, that's a good one. Why would they be
Uh-huh.
doing that? There's a video of him at the hospital hopping out of the ambulance.
Oh yeah, I saw that video on TikTok.
There's that
He
one.
and it, he literally hops out the ambulance and goes opposite direction. I was like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
he
Did nobody
hops
see
out,
that?
goes in
Like,
the opposite. There's video recordings of what is it of him and pictures and like
dude,
analysis side by sides
yeah.
of him being disguised at his own funeral. Like,
Oh
dude,
yeah, I
there's
saw
just
that
so
too.
many like things that are into it that when I think about it, it's like, yo, it makes sense. Like, I'm not saying, because if he really did pass, I'm not trying to like disrespect or anything, but showing I'm looking at that conspiracy like, yeah, I give it thought, I give it consideration
Yeah, like you're open minded towards it.
because it's like it makes sense. The clues they're pointing out, the thing they're showing,
Yeah. Like if you see it
logically
right in front
doesn't
of your
make
face,
sense. It
yeah.
doesn't make sense. Like, why would you do CPR on a bed? Like that one hit me. I was like, yeah, that's obvious. Or why was the ambulance
Yeah.
backing up slowly? Like that one, I was just like, that's crazy too. And
Dude, that is
you just
crazy.
think about it, and then like I said, I like it when they tie in what's going on around in like the life or what's going on
Oh
in the
yeah, yeah.
society. And
Yeah.
right then, like he was getting
Cause
a lot
that
of
does play a
heat.
part.
He was already getting a lot of heat, because he got plastic surgery, all that kind of stuff. A lot of people were hating on him because he was black.
Oh
He did
yeah.
plastic surgery, became white, and he still got hate for that. And like he was going through a lot of conflicts
Dude, that is, yeah,
and
that's
like
true.
that whole all those allegations of him.
But then again, he was literally the king of pop.
Yeah,
So
that's like there was no reason for him to like, or not no reason for him, but there was like
this
he was
so
at the
much of this
top.
like
There
benefit.
was so many
Yeah.
things that was looking good for him, but you look on it and you think about all the stories that he had to go through, like at that time, like he was going through allegations, all those
Oh
pedophilia
yeah.
allegations, he was going through all that kind of
Which we
stuff.
can get into because that is a whole nother
That's a whole other
topic.
subject, but I don't honestly. I don't think he did it. Some people do. I know you think he, or
I
I know
believe it.
you
I
believe
believe
it,
it.
but I don't honestly. Like, okay, I don't disregard it, but I'm like, okay, like yeah, but at the same time, I'm just like, but
It wasn't. It's like it wasn't proven, so it's not something you can
yeah,
actually
it's not
say.
something I
Yeah.
can be like, yeah, it's not something I can like,
Yeah.
like there's a lot of people like X as an example, like he had allegations of women beating, and hell of people were just like, oh,
I
even
feel like every actor goes through that because
a lot of
every
rappers go through
person,
that. A
even
lot of
every
rappers
influencer,
and
famous person
influencers,
goes through
yeah.
that because a lot of people just want to bring you down no matter what. Like,
So they always bring up
even if it's in your
something,
past. Yeah,
even if
even if
it's in
it's
your past, or even if it was something that was totally like it could be something
feel
that was
like
totally
irrelevant.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
something,
like
or
something
they can misinterpret. They'll
they
do
misinterpret it,
anything,
or they
literally.
want to twist it and
Yeah,
tie it
they'll
and make
twist
it
it.
against you. It's
Yeah.
just like I don't know.
It's
Like there's
so
a lot of things like that,
yeah.
and it kind of sucks to see how like that does that and how much that affects that person, because once stuff like that gets out, like Michael Jackson is a perfect example. A lot of people turn on him, or a lot of people
Yeah, and they'll
making
believe it
him
too without
believe it. A
evidence.
lot of people, if they just see like bare minimum evidence, like just the bare minimum, like oh yeah, like somebody said this, or well, like some random lady or said this, and like no name, no
Yeah.
news source, no credit, no anything. People are like, oh yeah, like oh for sure he did it, and they're like, oh for sure
Yeah,
she
with
did it,
no
or
evidence.
no
Like,
evidence. It's just like kind of crazy. Like the whole like, this leads into like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, like that whole
oh,
scenario.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like,
think I heard
dude,
about
there's
that.
legit evidence, and there's nothing. They're doing nothing about it. Like,
Wait,
like
what
not
was what
legit
happened?
evidence, but like there's recordings and stuff like that, and
What, that he beat
that
her?
she was beating her. That it was the flip, that she was being like abusive to him. Like,
Oh, whoa.
there's flip recordings of her being abusive to him, and the judge still passing it as like, oh, it's fine. Like when it was Johnny being accused of beating her, boom, she was
See,
winning the kiss case.
that's
But then when it
yeah.
was flipped, no, it was okay, or no, it's fine, or blah 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 blah, or whatever was ever. But then like, cause okay, back then maybe like before it resurfaced about like Amber Heard and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Back then, Johnny did probably have some problems. Like he had substance abuse, whatever, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
maybe.
Yeah, but there was at some point, there was like I was watching this whole, I guess, like YouTube video. There was one point where it turned, and it was like Amber being the abusive, like emotionally and physically abusive, like
Yeah, she
to
could
his
be, and he
body.
could just be defending
And he
himself.
was
Like,
just defending
there's
himself,
always
like
two
he was
sides to the story.
calm. Yeah, there's an audio recording out there. I think he released it, or somebody released it, and it's him and her talking, and she's like flipping out, and he's like calm and like trying to tell her to calm down, like yo,
Oh
like
wow.
he was like, you literally slapped me. He was like, you slapped me. She's like, I did not
Yeah.
slap you. She's like, I lightly hit you, or like it was just a joke or something like that. And I'm just
Uh-huh.
like,
But then again, like your emotions take over you and like your impulses take over you, and it's like that's not who you are. Like in the moment it may be, but like looking like back at it, like you make mistakes,
you make
Like
mistakes, but
even
like
if like you
that's
did it, that
yeah,
doesn't mean that's who you truly are. Like it was in the moment, like your
in the
emotions, like
moment, but at
things
least
get
own
the
up
best of
to it
you.
though.
Yeah, and if you own up to it, then I would understand like people can forgive you, and
But if
like
you don't own up to it, then
yeah,
people are
then
always
there's
gonna
no
have that.
point.
You're always
Yeah,
gonna have that negative stigma with you. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
it's just I don't know. That's why I'm just like at the whole famous, popularity thing. I don't really like it because it's so scary. All that shit can happen to
Yeah.
you. Like all that shit can happen to you.
Um,
Your business could be all out there. It's just
yeah, like that kind of leads into another conspiracy of Hollywood and kind of like
mm,
Pizzagate, because Hollywood and like going into like the industry of being an actor, a celebrity, or even just famous in general, like it's crazy because you're basically like you're giving your whole to like the world, like in a way you kind of are selling your soul because you're like once once you're famous, you can't really go back. Like your everything's out there, like all your personal information's out there, like everybody can know anything about you with literally a search on Google. um and
that's
like with
true.
kids, little kids who get into the industry, or like people at a young age, like for example Justin Bieber, he went into like the music industry at a really young age, like as a teen. um and like everything with him, like he's had all these scandals too. Like remember him being a reckless teen and he'd always be on TMZ, and like now he's doing
Yeah.
pretty good. But like I know there was like a conspiracy with him being in Pizzagate and his new song, you know that one song, Yummy?
Hmm.
That was crazy. Have you heard about that? Like that
No,
conspiracy
I
theory?
haven't.
So do you know what Pizzagate is?
I don't know what Pizzagate is.
Oh, you don't know what Pizzagate is,
I don't
bruh?
know what
Okay, this is
Pizzagate
one
is.
of the highly. This is okay. This is actually confirmed, low key. This is one of the one of my highly believable conspiracies. It's Pizzagate on Hollywood, and basically it kind of starts. I can go into it with Jeffrey Epstein because he talks. It's about Pizzagate is in his documentary, and he kind of, I would say he's kind of like the one who brings it up, but um, basically Pizzagate, it's a code word that a lot of celebrities and like you know Hillary, Jeffrey Epstein, like all those Hollywood people, like everybody in that documentary. I don't know if the listeners are Brandon. I don't know if you saw
Yeah.
the documentary, but like all those people, those highly mentioned people, even Will Smith,
Just like higher up
Usher, like
people,
literally
just
higher up
people,
people,
yeah, just
they
people
would
who
all
are up
use
there.
these. They would email each other and they would like use code names and they would say pizza. They'd be like you know how we say barbecue chicken's our code name. Their barbecue chicken or their code name would be pizza, but for child pedophilia.
Yeah.
And so they say in like Hollywood, that's why there's like a lot of things that are hinted towards pizza, like, and it shows like there's this documentary on YouTube. I forgot what it's called, but it talks about all of it, and it shows like the little like subliminals of Pizza Gate being in like Hollywood all over the place. And like Justin Bieber is one of them with his new song Yummy. He has in there like there's a big old pizza, like that whole music video is about food, so obviously there's a pizza in there. And like there's, and before he had uploaded the video, he had posted all kinds of pictures of babies with the hashtag yummy for no reason. Like first off, that's weird. Like why babies, just random ass
Yeah, that's
babies? Like you can
weird.
go to his Instagram right now and check, I'm pretty sure it's still there. Like that's so weird. And in his video, I think like it flashes, and if you pause it, there's like certain points where it's like all pizza, and like there's just weird graphics and shit, and like
That's
it's
crazy. What the fuck?
it's so crazy. Like you should look it up. Like there's so much into it
I
about,
will. I will.
like it's crazy. And another, like you know the guy, I don't know his real name, but the actor in Home Alone, the little boy,
Macaulay Culkin.
yeah, him. You know that he was one of the little kids who had always went to Michael Jackson's house. And you know how like Michael Jackson, I'm kind of
Yeah.
going all over the place with this,
No,
but like
yeah, that's funny.
um you know how Michael Jackson, he had that house like
The
that was basically for
Neverland
kids.
Ranch.
Yeah, Neverland, which is
Yeah.
really effing weird. First off, okay,
Yeah.
which is why I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
that he is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? A grown man. Okay,
Okay,
what?
move on. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
sorry.
going. Keep going.
Okay.
I know how you
And
feel. We already disagree to agree on this
we all
topic.
know
Just
this.
keep
If you know
going.
me, you know this. But yeah. Um
I love
and
his
he
music and I love who he is. So leave him alone. All right. I'm
and I
like Keith
respect that.
from
No, I'm just kidding.
Smosh. All right.
No,
I respect
some
this
of his
man.
music I like, but I'm not fit to talk about it. Anyways, um him, he actually says that Michael Jackson didn't do anything to him, which is pretty crazy. And he's like the only one who says that didn't do anything to him. And he was one of the children who are like famous, you know,
He was
because
like, yeah,
Home
he was
Alone, he
in
was
he
brought
like
up
most kids
as a kid.
in the like Hollywood business, like in acting business, even in Disney, like all those kids
Yeah.
they go through I'm pretty sure a lot of them go through kind of shit like that, They
Yeah, so it's like really crazy
it's
hearing
kind of
that he
crazy.
didn't, which is good. Obviously, it's good. I'm not
That's
saying
why
it's
I'm
bad,
like, I don't
but
think
that's
he
good.
did. And I feel
But
like that's why because of his statement. That's why I'm like, I don't really think he did because like
yeah.
if he did, he did, but we'll never know.
But then
Like,
again, Michael Jackson could be smart and be like, "Oh, well, he is a really known boy. If he would have come out with it, then I could be in trouble."
well,
I mean, you never know.
but
It's just
that's
conspiracy theory.
that doesn't. But then that's like no, that doesn't work because literally like anybody could come out, a nobody can come out and a
True.
celebrity would get in trouble. Like someone would be like, oh, he raped me, boom, that athlete got like raped somebody. It doesn't care. It doesn't matter who that girl
Yeah,
was.
even if
That
it's an
person's getting in
accusation and
trouble.
it's not true,
Accusation,
that's
boom,
true.
he's automatically getting in
Accusations,
trouble for
yeah.
something. He's gonna be like under a lot of heat. He's gonna be like, it doesn't matter
True.
who it was. It could be
And
a
that's a prime
nobody.
example. Um, like me, with Michael Jackson. Like, I don't know if he did it or not, but I still believe it. Like,
Like, some people can still believe that's fine. Like,
yeah,
you everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I don't care. That's why I'm
yeah,
like, you and me, look, we're still best fucking friends.
yeah.
I don't
I'm
really
not gonna
care.
be like,
Like,
"F
I'm
you,
not gonna
bro. You
end
like Michael
like,
Jackson. I'm not finna to be friends with
yeah,
you."
yeah. It's over like one thing. Cause like, okay, but that leads into like another thing, like about like ending friendships over political views. So I don't know how I feel about that
I
because
mean,
me personally, I don't give a fuck.
I wouldn't either. Like,
I don't give a
honestly,
fuck about political views. Like
I don't either. That
I
doesn't
could care
really
less.
affect
Like
me.
I could not like the person. Like fuck Donald Trump. Like him as a person. Like some of the shit he does and some of the shit he stands for. Fuck him. Like he's a dick for
Yeah,
that. But some of the things he does is still good. Like some of the things he did. I'm not gonna say he was like a whole. He's not the worst, but he is like a bad. I would say like he wasn't the
yeah,
best. But I'm not gonna say everything he did was horrible or everything he does is horrible. I'm like he's still a human
yeah.
being. Like
That's so true.
I don't give a fuck. And like if somebody was like, oh, because I saw this thing where someone was like, hey, how do you feel about me? And they're like, oh, you're pretty good looking, or like like oh, you're cute, or
Hmm.
like oh, you got nice hair or whatever. Like you seem pretty dope. And then he put on a Trump hat and he was like, how do you feel about me now? And they're like, and some people were, and all of them were like, or most of them were like, yeah. You're still pretty cool. Or like, yeah, it's
Hmm.
whatever. I'm like, that's pretty dope. Cause like, I'm
Yeah.
like, let's low key.
Unless
Cause
they make it their personality,
yeah,
like,
unless
okay,
they're like, okay, yeah, kids, okay, yeah. There's those people who literally
have their political trait. I mean, have their
who
political stance as
views
their,
their political view is literally who they are. Then I'm like,
yeah,
okay, that's a little
which is
like
literally half of them. I'm just kidding.
yeah, okay, yeah, we're just literally most of them. But like some people, like if someone was like, yeah, if someone came to me, like if you came to me and was like, yeah, I voted for Trump, like I would be like,
I wouldn't befriend anybody for that either. I'd be
I
like, all right,
wouldn't
cool. Like,
defriend or befriend. I would just be like, if someone was already my
I'd be
friend,
like,
I'd be
good
like,
for
all right,
you.
good for you. Like that's like a family member. Like you're not just gonna drop a family
Yeah, for
member just like
real.
because they have a
Yeah, like
different
I have
political
family
view.
members who are
Like I have
Trump
family
supporters.
members
Like, I'm
who
not
I'm
gonna
like,
be like,
I'm pretty
yo,
sure they voted for Trump, or like it seems
yeah, like, oh well,
like
to be
some
honest.
family members come to me like, yo, I'm pretty sure blah 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 voted for this person. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, and they're just like, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
I'm just like, yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Like,
I'd have
someone
been like,
could
what you
support
trying to
somebody and just be
instigate?
like, yeah, that's whatever. Like, it low key does affect us, but don't really,
Yeah, that's how I feel. I honestly like. I feel like it doesn't affect us at all. Like, honestly.
like
I
that in
mean,
religion, like that, and I don't give a fuck about that. I could give two shits.
yeah, me too.
Like,
Honestly,
someone was like,
like,
oh, I want to date you, but you have to be this. I'm
you
just
have to
like,
be Christian. Ah, we all know.
no
I just like
name, no tea, no
no
shade,
names.
no tea, no shade. But I'm just like that. Honestly, I don't care. If someone was like that, if someone was like, "Oh, I would date you,
Yeah,
but you're not this," I'd be like, "All right, that's cool." Like
yeah.
that's
Like
them.
that shows who you are as a
That
person.
shows who you are, a person, and like
Honestly,
that's fine. Like if I can't be that person, that's fine. Like then it
for
wasn't meant
real.
to be. But like honestly, I don't care if somebody has that view, and I just don't have that view. Like
Yeah,
I
like
feel like
they're
some
their own
people
person.
like I feel like one person example like I don't really want to say who because this is gonna be out to the public. So I'm gonna
Just
just
say
say
a
this
cookout.
person. This person like I remember they were talking to me. They're like what if like like what if your significant other like cares about your religion? Like what are you gonna do? I was just like I don't know. I was like I don't really care. I was like does that really have to be such an issue? I was like what if I don't care? Like
Yeah,
they're like well what are you gonna be when you get older? Like what are you gonna believe in? I was just like I don't know because like I have my own thing, like all my close
yeah,
friends like they know what I do. Like I'm a shamanist, I guess. Like I believe in shamanism or quote unquote believe or I follow the religion shamanism and like it's just like and some people think
uh-huh.
it's like weird or not everybody. Honestly, everybody who I told they're like you guys get grossed out of what I do, but you guys are just like
Yeah.
you
I'm
guys
not
aren't
like,
like,
bro. That's
what the
fucking
fuck?
weird. I'm not like,
But when I tell you like the meaning or why we do it,
uh
you guys
huh.
are like, oh, okay. You're like, oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
dope. Or like,
And I
like,
like being enlightened on stuff like that.
yeah, because like some
Like,
people think it's really cool and that makes me
yeah,
feel good. Like, that makes me feel
yeah,
like, okay, like then this is my religion. Like me personally, I feel like that is my religion, but some people, my family member, like they are like, no, that's not my religion because I
uh huh,
am illiterate and Hmong. So like some people are like, yeah, you like some people in my family member are like, you need to know Hmong to be able to have that as my religion. But I'm just like,
Oh yeah,
but me personally, I'm just like, well, then why am I doing everything then? Like no tea, no
yeah,
shade, but I do a lot of shit. Like I do hella. So if you hella
yeah.
people in my family think that's not my religion, then why am I doing so much shit for y'all? Like I do hella shit for people, and if
Yeah.
that's not my religion, then I don't need to be doing that shit. But I don't want to say that because I am
That's like
respectful.
saying
Like
not being
like
your ethnicity because you don't know how to speak it. You know,
yeah, it's
like
like you're
that's
not
saying I'm not
Mexican. You're not
Mexican
Mexican
because I
because
don't
you
know how
know
to
speak
speak Spanish.
Spanish, and it's like I don't know, like what? It's like oh, you're not Christian because you can't read the Bible. Like nigga, someone didn't know how to read.
Yeah.
We just cut that whole part out.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Um, but yeah, someone didn't know how to read. I just cut it out. Someone didn't know how to read. That doesn't mean like what? Yeah, what if somebody didn't know how to read and they're like, oh, but I want to believe in God, and someone was like, I don't know how to read, and they're like, well,
Then you don't believe in God. Like that's dumb.
that's dumb. Like so stupid. It's like what? Like if someone wanted to believe in something, you're like, oh, we need to learn a certain language. I'm just like, oh, so if I don't know the language, I can't believe in it.
I'd
Like,
rather just not believe in it
then
if I
I'd
had to
rather
learn
just
a
like,
whole
what the
ass
fuck? Like,
language
I'd
to
rather
do
just like
it.
not believe in it. Like, what the fuck's the point? Like, honestly, like, I don't care. That's why that's and so that person made such a big deal out of it when talking to me, and I was just like, I don't care though. I was just like, if my significant other like was a certain religion and me being me, I wouldn't care. I would be like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I would obviously still support them 100% on whatever they
Like
believe
low
in.
key, okay, if
But
they're like
like
a fucking satanic, like person, I'll be like, okay, even
I feel like they would
okay,
have to be doing that on their own time in their own
I
space.
don't know
But
how I
if
feel
they
about
just
that. Like,
don't
okay, I'm
mention it
like,
to me,
if they were like, okay, how would you date somebody who does satanic rituals? Like, what if they're
well,
just
I have
like,
to be in love with them. Like I have to be
that has to be
like I have to be
my
like
wife.
obsessed, like
That
in
has to be
lust type of love, type of.
I don't know, but that's another topic. That's crazy. I don't know, but like, yeah, like I don't really care. Like they could do whatever they want to do. I don't really give a fuck. Like,
For real, as long as they love me. Actually,
yeah, that's all I'm like. It doesn't really matter. I like even if they're my friend, like I don't care what they do. Like someone could be like, yeah, I'm into like meditating, or I'm into like doing this, or I'll be like, that's so cool, or I'll be like, tell me more about it. I'll be
for
enlightened.
real.
And like if I like it, I might indulge in it. But if I don't, I'll be like, that's cool. But I ain't gonna be like, yeah, my friend,
Yeah,
or I'm not
like
gonna look at them any different. Like, that's part of them. That's their character.
yeah, like if you're my friend, my family member, acquaintance, even somebody I just know,
If it's someone like I
like
don't know,
I'm gonna
it could be some
support you
homeless
a
dude.
hundred
It's like,
percent on whatever.
yeah, like I don't care, bro.
Like
Like,
you'd have to be like you'd have to be probably weird as hell, or like you'd have to be doing some weird whack ass horrible shit for me not to like you.
yeah, I don't
Like
know. Like,
other than
cause
that, I'll support you 100% anything.
like this goes into like even like because this is like other conspiracy theories too. Like this is like reincarnation. Like religion is also a conspiracy. Like
Oh
everything's
yeah,
a conspiracy. Like I don't
yeah,
know because
everything is.
I believe in reincarnation. Like I remember first being introduced to this like in like I think elementary school. I was in like second grade I think,
Uh huh.
and we're doing like this arts and craft things with the whole second grade teachers, and we would go into different classrooms to do different projects. And one of the teachers they did like a mask. Like you would make a paper mache mask,
Uh huh.
and it would be like an animal, and then the animal would be like the animal you want to be reincarnated as, because we were learning about like I think like tribes or something like that, like Indian tribes that were like used
Uh
to
huh.
do this. They used to make masks as the animals they would want to be reincarnated as, or
Oh,
something like
okay.
that. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope.
I
And
know
I was
that
like,
is. I'm
that
like,
sounds fire. And then
I
so,
know that
I
does.
forgot what animal I chose. I think I chose like a wolf or a bear or something. I think I chose a bear or something like that. And like, yeah, you made whatever. And ever since I thought about that, I was like, like that don't sound too crazy. That sounds likely, because
Yeah.
then like the more like and as I grew up, I learned more stories about kind of like reincarnation kind of happening. Like, oh yeah, it
Uh
can
huh.
happen. Like sometimes like it happens in family members. Like sometimes you get the same birthmark as maybe one of your great
Oh yeah.
grandparents, or some people get similar
Mhm.
things, or like it's just like some things like that can happen, or like some similarities like that happen. I'm like,
Or
okay.
isn't there one like Tupac's death and Playboy Cardi's is the same and like
or
something like
like yeah, something like
that
that.
is.
Like like it can happen. Like there's sometimes like it seems like it can happen. Like reincarnation can happen, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I always kind of believed in it. Um, but I never really thought about it a lot. Like, even though I am scared to die, you know that. I think I don't know if a lot of people know that, but I'm actually very terrified to die because I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, what
Uh, I mean,
does that not
I don't
scare
know
anybody
if I'm
else? But
scared.
that scares
Obviously, I
me.
am scared. I think I'm scared to kill myself, like KMS. I don't want to say that, like,
Yeah.
but like, I'm pretty scared to do that, but not like if it came to like dying, I'd be like, well, I don't really know. I don't know how.
I feel like the concept of death right now scares me, but later on in life, when I've lived my whole life and I'm like actually content with my life, I feel like it wouldn't scare me as bad. But right now, I feel like because I haven't lived to my like fullest potential, that it scares me because I feel like it can happen. Obviously, it can happen anytime,
Yeah,
anywhere, any day, anyhow.
yeah, it's
But
crazy.
like yeah, and just the idea of being here 1 minute and literally in a blink of an eye or a snap not being here the next, completely gone, like that scares me. I don't know how that doesn't scare some people, but to me that just literally terrifies me because like where am I going to go, what's going to happen, am I going to be able to think? Like I feel like the idea of death is how you would be if you're sleeping. Like you don't feel anything when you're asleep, you don't even know you're sleeping, like, you
Yeah,
know.
you just wake up.
Yeah, and like you're like, oh, I
Like,
fell asleep, so I feel
what if
like
one
that's
day you
how
just
it
don't wake up?
is. That's what I'm saying, which I'm like, it's peaceful sleeping. I love sleeping, you know? Like, I'm like, is that how it is? But I don't know, it's just a scary
This is
concept.
crazy,
And like
like
reincarnation kind of lowers that scareness in a way cuz like, and so does like religion too. And that's like another theory that people, another conspiracy theory is that like people made up religion um to like reduce the scare of death,
ease.
you know?
Yeah, that
Or
makes
even
sense. I don't blame
wanting,
them.
or even people like not, yeah, being, because like paradise, if I die I'm going to paradise, supposedly heaven. I mean, supposedly I believe in God, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
because
that
a
to
lot of
people who
like okay,
don't,
see
but
that
like
thing. I always feel finicky about that. Like I always feel weird saying that sometimes because I feel like some people like if I already told them like about like what I do with my
uh-huh,
religion and I say something about God, or I'd be like, oh yeah, like that's. I was like, yeah, then God is real, or I would say something like because like memes, or like sometimes they like
yeah,
it's like they reference God or something. And I feel
yeah,
bad sometimes referencing it because I'm just like, damn, that's not my
yeah.
religion.
And it's like it's kind of like different because not a lot of people like believe in God or like believe in the same God I believe in, because there's millions of different
There's
religions.
millions of gods out
Yeah,
there.
which is like another thing is how do you know if yours is real or not?
That's
Or how do
yeah,
you
that's the
know if
crazy thing.
it,
How do you know your paradise is real? Because
yeah, or how
there's
do you know
multiple
if
paradises.
if it's one whole, like this is what I always thought. I always thought like there was one God, but from all these different religions are different perspectives of how these people back in the day saw it. So like Buddhism sees it this way because in that part of the world or like their region or whatever you want to say, like they saw it from that point of view. But like for example, like Christians, they saw it this way from this part of the world, or like different parts of the world see
Yeah,
like
like
their God
everybody
differently,
saw
so
it
their
differently, or
perspectives
saw it
and
from
their
yeah.
stories are all about the same God, but it's like they think it's different.
That's
Like that's what
crazy,
I feel like it is.
Yeah, that's all like it's just another thing to divide people, and that's a whole nother
Oh
issue.
yeah. Division.
That's just how it divides people because they're always like fighting over one thing or fighting over their
Yeah,
own thing. But I'm just like, how about y'all just respect each other?
I know, like is it that hard?
Like, I don't know
Like
why it's that hard. Like, I feel
i
like, oh, it's hard for
understand
us, or
I understand when it's like someone you don't like. But like if it's just a
but
normal random ass
still,
person,
like the
like
people I don't like, I'm not always like out to get them.
yeah,
Like,
that's
if I
true.
don't like them, I just don't like them. I just don't want to
For real, I be staying
associate
my
with them. I
distance.
just stay
Like,
my distance, but I guess it's easier said than done, because
yeah,
I feel
that's
like I
true.
could, you and me, probably we can say all that, but
Go back and fucking hate the shit out of our enemy.
I guess we look back, like, I don't know, even when, like, when you and me beefed, like, we just kept it on the low. Like,
Yeah.
we weren't like talking shit, or we weren't like, doing anything like that. I don't really know, like, who really, like,
We never really beefed. I remember one time we beefed, and I think it was like literally only once we've had beef
Yeah,
before.
that's all I'm mentioning. The one time we beefed, it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, it was funny
Like it
because I
was
remember you
stupid.
posted something,
It
but it
was
wasn't even
stupid.
directed towards me, and I thought it was, so I did the same thing. And like looking back at it, that shit was funny.
Yeah,
But
it
it was
was.
stupid. It was
Oh,
stupid, but like I'm glad we can look back at it and
yeah,
laugh.
like we look back on it, but some people literally end friendships over like the dumbest things.
Yeah.
Like something like I don't know, like over an opinion, like we said earlier. Like some people can end friendships over
Yeah.
an opinion. I'm just
I
like,
feel like I
dog.
did that a lot freshman year.
Like maybe I did it too, but then I think I was like, I don't know.
As I
Now I don't even
matured,
think
I
I
was
did
like,
it.
as I grew, like I mean,
No,
freshman
because I was
year,
defending everybody. You know why? Because I was always the middleman, so
you were, you
I knew
were.
I was open minded back then because I was always accepted to everybody. I'm all like, okay, I know their
Yeah,
side of the
and we
story,
always went to you too.
and everybody always came to me to like help or like
Yeah.
how they felt about somebody. I'm just like,
I
well,
always kind of was opinionated, but then like looking back at it now, I feel like I'm not as much an
yeah,
opinionated.
not anymore. You're more relaxed. You know what it was? It was barbecue chicken, bro. You put that shit
Yeah.
in your life, you become hella mellow.
Bro, you become the most
You become
chillest.
so open minded, bro. That shit hella helped me out. Like
Bro,
I
if
remember,
you,
yeah, freshman year, we were all angsty, we were all kind of
yeah.
like little weird, we were a little judgmental because we're all
Bro, then
clicky.
junior, sophomore year here, we literally did not give a
Yeah, sophomore year,
single
we give
fuck.
fuck. We
Bro,
hung
we did
out
not
with
give a single fuck.
everybody. We even hung out with. We were cool with some freshmen too. Like
Bro, we did.
because of Felix, that we were open minded to some of the freshmen. We're like, all right, he pretty cool. We're like, all right, some of them pretty aight, like
For real, we
some of them was
were.
pretty cool. Like they were pretty cool to just chat or like they can vibe. It was all right. And so that by junior year, we was chilling with everybody, seniors, everybody. It don't even
Yeah, we
matter.
were.
Like we were just
That's
all over the
I
place.
love school. Like, I honestly miss it so much.
Miss
Like,
it. Fuck quarantine, bro.
just like my friends though. Like,
Yeah,
miss hanging out with the
I miss the
inner
hanging out. I miss
inner
the
squad.
socialness, bro. Like us, like being in
Yeah,
quarantine for something. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be so awkward around you guys, bro. I'll be like,
I know, right? Like
I'll be
when I
like,
hang out with the like Vanessa or whoever, I feel like I'm so awkward now because like I just be standing there.
yeah, well, hey
I
out
don't
there,
even know
I'm
what
be
to
standing
do.
there. I'll be
Like,
like, so how you guys been? Like,
for
I'm
real.
like, dude, I'm losing my social skills. I'm like, I
Bro,
can
no,
talk on the mic
really.
so easily, but it becomes to like person. I don't know if I can do that shit anymore. I can barely talk to my
Yeah,
fam.
me too. I get
Shit,
hella
I'm
nervous.
embarrassed holding my little cousins. I'm like, oh my god, this is how I hold you. I'm like, dude, like I don't know anymore, man. I'm like, I'm shook. I'm losing my social skills. I'm like, shit.
And who knows how long it's gonna keep going for. It's crazy.
I don't know, 2021 looking like it looking bright, like low
That
key
vaccine
internally.
though.
Oh, that vaccine crazy though.
Yeah.
Shit crazy. Shit crazy. But like it's looking bright. Like, low key, New Year's looking bright. Like I'm like, okay, hopefully things get better. Like nothing too crazy is happening yet, but like it's all right.
What was the besides Kobe, what was the 2020 death that got you?
2020 death that got me besides Kobe. Fucking Chadwick
Yeah, I was gonna
Boseman,
say Chadwick.
bro.
No, you know
Chadwick
who got me?
Boseman.
Trebek, dude. Alex
Dude, okay, yeah,
Trebek,
Trebek. That shit came out of
dude.
nowhere
Dude,
too, bro.
that hit me like a
Okay,
bus,
that's number
dog. I
two.
was like, whoa.
Boseman is number one. Number two is
Kobe is
Trebek.
number
Okay,
one.
no, yeah, number one. Okay, well, we said
Kobe.
besides Kobe though. We
Oh
already
yeah,
said
yeah,
besides
besides Kobe.
Kobe.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta find number three, but number two for sure, Trebek, bro. When he passed,
Dude,
oh, that shit hit me hard because that I was
no,
out of
like,
nowhere. I woke up and I
bro,
was like,
that
rest
shit
in
hit me
peace,
hard, dude. No,
rest in
because when I
peace,
was little,
Alex.
before my daddy left to go get some milk, because we had no milk with our cereal, he we'd so
You're
before he left,
stupid.
we'd always watch the TV show Jeopardy together.
You're dumb.
So no, I'm just playing, guys. No, you can laugh. But no, before he went to go get the milk, we always used to watch Jeopardy together, and or me and my mom and him, and like I would hate it because I was little and I never really understood Jeopardy at all, I would be like, bro, this game or this show is stupid. Like I'd hate it. I'd always be like, change it. And then they wouldn't because that was like their favorite show. And so I'd always be like, I hate Alex Trebek. I wish he would die. Like, cause I would hate the show, right? Cause I would like literally,
Damn.
I was a little savage kid, okay. But
Yeah, you were
I
a
would always be
savage.
like, I'd always be like, I hope he dies soon, so like the show would be canceled and like they would never watch it. Like I was like probably 6 or 7 when I'd say this, okay? So like don't at me. But and then
Everybody at
like
her.
I would always say that, and then like that show would always forever remind me of my father. But I and then like the news finally came out, he passed away, and I was like, oh, you're lying. Like literally all my little year self of wishing like it finally happened, I was like, no, like it literally broke my heart. I was like,
Dude, that's so no,
damn.
no. When the Wheel of Fortune dude dies, that's gonna be crazy too.
Oh, I don't really watch Wheel of
I don't
Fortune.
want to watch it, but no, when he dies,
I
it'll
don't
be
even
crazy
know who the
though.
Wheel of Fortune guy is. I don't even know.
I forgot his name, but when he dies, it's gonna be crazy. But like, nah, okay. Well, who's number three? I like Trebek number two. Besides Kobe, Kobe forever number one. Kobe and Gigi.
Um, Juice World, dude.
Wasn't
Is
he
that this year?
2019? I think it
Oh,
was. I think it was right before the New Year's. I think he
yeah.
passed 19.
Or yeah, huh, 19. Who
Yeah.
else? I know there's King Von. I didn't really listen to him.
I think I listened to one of it. I fucked with one of his songs. Like it was part of like an album, but yeah, I didn't really listen to him. I didn't really listen to him like that. But for rest in peace though. Like that shit crazy. But no offense, like it was his fault though. He ran up on the homie, and then the dude's homeboy put up and
That's sad.
died, man. Like
X will forever be my.
that's forever, bro. That day I felt so sick. Like no cap. That day I couldn't eat anything. I was just like, fuck,
That day was
bro.
actually insane. Like I didn't believe it. Like
And then Sony was
I
joking
still
about it, bro.
didn't
I
believe
was
it.
like, I was like, man, too soon, bro. I was like, too soon.
Really,
Yeah, but he was just like, looking at the memes. He was like, but the memes are funny though. I was like, too
bruh.
soon.
Those memes were not funny,
I was
dog.
like, too soon, man. He got shot up in his car. I was like, too soon, man.
Dude, that was fucking insane. Like
That was
it
insane
still
when
feels
it
like,
came out, bro. I was like, nah. I was like, he
yeah,
gonna make it. He gonna make it.
like,
And then,
dude, literally. And I remember
dude,
seeing the video. Like I saw the video, and like
yeah, I saw the video.
it's
Someone like,
literally like I still remember that video vividly. It's kind of traumatizing, but
it's traumatized. I hate watching those videos, but I feel like I have to watch it just to
yeah,
like
like
know,
same. Just like to have that
just
like
like
kind
to
of,
get that closure. Just like,
yeah, that closure. Yeah.
it's just like fuck, man. Like, dude, the person I want to cry for the most is fucking Ski Mask, bro. Like,
He lost his best friends,
lost his
dog.
two brothers, bro.
Dude,
Like, damn. I'm just like,
that's
man, Rip
so
X.
heartbreaking. And I remember like me and you literally had found out about Juice World, or you
Like,
did
I remember
first.
I found out on him
You
like
you
way. Like, I
found
don't want to
out
be those
a year
people,
ago.
like,
No,
oh,
deadass
I knew
everybody
him.
else's bandwagons. I don't care. Brandon is an OG. You're hearing it right here. Brandon is an OG Juice World fan. All of you bitches are fucking bandwagons, bro. We
Cause
knew about Lucid Dreams a year before it came out on the radio.
yeah, like literally, I remember I heard it. I don't know
Me
where
and
I heard
you,
it
I
on
remember.
YouTube, and I was just like, "Yo,
Yeah.
this song is so good." I heard it in I heard it in like this mix or this like little edit, and I was like, "Yo, what is this song?" And everybody was like, "Yo, that's Lucid Dreams," and I was like, "Yo, let me
Uh-huh.
hear this shit."
I
Heard
remember
this
then you were
shit.
like, yo,
I was
Delyla,
like, "Yo, I heard
listen to
that," and then I
this.
heard "All Girls Are the Same."
Dude, yeah,
And
all
those
girls
two
are the
songs I just
same.
put on repeat, and I was like, "Yeah," and then I
Bro,
put
that
Delilah
made
on
me
it.
fall in love with
And then
him,
Lala was
those
like, "Yo,
songs.
these type of songs." She started
Bro,
vibing
me,
with it,
yeah,
and
we
then
hella
I
fucked with
remember
him.
on the radio, my dad was like, "Who the hell is this?" And I was like, "Yo, it's Juice WRLD." I was like, "Hey, he on the radio." And then, yeah, he blew up, and I was like, I didn't, but I'm pretty sure, like, no, I'm pretty sure I wasn't an OG because he had music. I'm pretty sure he had music way before
Yeah,
he
but
had music way
you were
before
like
those two,
a,
but I don't think he blew up like that yet. He was still a
yeah,
little bit like probably
he was still underground when we found out
underground
about
at
him.
that time. Like he
And
was
that
still
was when he was
underground.
his best, because I swear after he blew up, I stopped listening to him because I didn't like the music he was making anymore. Like I
Like
loved
I
like
like the
the
music,
vibes.
but I just didn't like it because everybody was like kind of
Yeah, he
overplaying
was,
it and
yeah,
like a
he
little
started
bit
to become
killing it.
overrated with everybody. Like
Like
everybody hated him.
I liked his features though. His features with his features with people were pretty
Yeah, he
cool.
had a lot of good
He
features.
got a lot
And
of good features.
yeah, he still does have a lot of good songs though
He
too.
does. He still has really good songs out there. I'm just like,
But
damn.
his
It's
death
just
was
sad. Like,
fucking crazy. Like I did not expect it to, because even wasn't in one of his songs like about him dying, and like how he wanted to like prevent it.
yeah, like or how he was
Yeah.
gonna die or something like that. Like he
Yeah.
kind of called it. Like he kind of called like in some of his songs, he said like how he was gonna die and stuff like that. I'm just like, damn,
Yeah,
just
which
crazy.
is that's scary too though,
It's
cuz like he
crazy.
literally overdosed. Like that's crazy.
I'm just like,
And with Little Peep too, like I didn't find out about Little Peep until after his death, but I had wished, like I wish I like didn't, like cuz he's such a good artist. Like I love his
yeah,
music.
he's actually really good. Like
I am a bandwagon fan, but
like I don't really care. No, that's all. Like I don't really care about bandwagoning and stuff like that. Like it, dude. Like if you find it interesting in an artist, no matter whether they're famous or not, when you
yeah.
found them, like you found them, and that's all that
Yeah, for
matters.
real.
Like that's why I'm like I don't really care. I'll be like, yeah. Sometimes it's like, oh, I don't mean if like for Corpse husband, like him, I'm like, I don't mean no flags. I don't like. I always don't want to be those people like, oh, I knew him way before, but
Uh-huh.
I knew, dude. I knew Corpse like way before. I was
Wait,
watching
who?
his Corpse husband. I don't know if you know. I don't think you know who he is, but he's this YouTuber who just
Corpse?
Corpse. Yeah,
I know him.
Corpse. But his full name is Corpse. His full channel name is Corpse Husband, but or his
Oh,
old channel
dude,
name.
his voice is so sexy. Like
His voice is
I
sexy.
never
I
knew about
fell in
that
love with
man
his
until
voice.
James Charles, and literally his voice, I was like,
Dude, I fell in love with
oh,
his voice in seventh grade. I think I discovered him in middle school because that's when I found out about horror, like the horror story aspect of YouTube. And I was like, yo, some of these people told like
oh, is he a
some of these
horror story
people,
person? I've never like
he
I don't even
told,
know about him.
dude, you look at
His
his
voice.
channel, it's all horror story, and he has the
Ooh,
best voice. It's so scary. He has the
dude,
best background music. Like, bro, best
what does he look
recommend that
like?
nobody knows, or only a few people know. Some OG fans know. I found him before. I found him after this, but he did like he. I think he messed up during this live stream and showed his face on accident. So some OG fans know how his face looked, but I don't. I joined before. I joined after that, so I don't know how
I
his face
really
looked.
wanna.
But
I wonder.
some
I bet he's
YouTubers
like.
know, a lot of YouTubers know how he looks like, but no, I knew him before. I think I knew him like during 100K when he was at 100K. I remember the day he hit 1 million. Oh my God, bro. I was so happy for him. I was like, yes. I was like,
Really?
finally hit it, like because he had so much like health issues. He used to like he I remember there was at a point where he stopped posting and he did like a live stream like once every like year, bro. Like he would
Whoa.
post like once a year, or like it was crazy because he lives on his own, like he has like a whole
Uh-huh.
bunch of like issues, and it's just crazy, and like he tells us
That's
all this kind of
crazy.
stuff. And I'm like, bro, I remember I bought a sweater to support him, but I don't have it anymore because I think it got lost during no, I know what happened to it, but I don't want to do that's another story. But
Different time.
I bought a sweater for him because I was like, yes, I love this man, like, and I just want to show him all the support. And I remember going to his live stream. He used to talk a lot, and he's just so like, just adorable. And it's just like he's like has such a deep voice, but he's such a really lovable and nice
Like
person.
wholesome person.
He's
I know. I
very
like
wholesome.
like I've heard his voice on some of like the Among Us,
Yeah, when he plays
like
Among Us,
yeah,
oh,
with
so
people. Dude, his voice is so sexy. I
his
was
voice
like,
is
bro, who is
sexy,
this man?
bro.
Like
I'm
I've
like,
always heard of him, but I never knew what he did. Like I knew he did YouTube, but like I didn't know exactly.
dude, I was like scared but seduced at the same time when listening to, like, it was like, oh, bro, it was just like amazing. I was like,
Best of both worlds.
damn.
That
I
is
was like,
funny.
okay. I was like, this dude can talk to me to sleep, and like, and then he came out and he started doing music like
Music.
before Among Us came out. Yeah, he started making music.
What?
He has a lot of songs, and oh my God, when he blew up off of music, I was like, yes, like even more recognition. I was like, bro, like this dude is so talented. He can tell stories. Like he could does like voice acting low key, and then he does. And then now he
Oh
can
yeah,
make
voice acting.
music. I was like, bro, this man, like, get you a man who could do both. I was like, oh my God,
Everything.
like he does this, and now
I
he's
wonder what he
like,
looks like. I bet I
he
feel like
is.
he's
He
skinny and
said
tall.
he is skinny. We have a body reveal, and we have a body review. I think I'm pretty sure that's his
I
body.
wanna look him
Look
up.
up,
Like there
look
has
up,
to be a picture
look up blood on my
somewhere.
or wine. I think wine on my white tea or something like that. That's in that. I think that album or that cover is that's him. That's his body. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, you can watch. You can watch a lot.
that's
Just
not
look him
bad
up
looking.
and
Whoa. Oh, that's. Oh my god. Oh my
and
god.
like yeah, he said that he might do it
Man,
at the end of this year. That's why he said
dude.
he
But
might.
what if he's like hyping himself up and he's ugly? Like 20
Don't be
years of
mean,
not
dude.
showing your
He has
face.
issues. Leave him alone. You know he has like he has really big like I think dysmorphia. I think that's what it's called. Like
Oh, really?
yeah, like he doesn't like how he looks. That's why he doesn't share it. That's why he hates. That's why he doesn't
I didn't know that.
like
I
you
thought it
listen.
was just because how he wanted
Nah,
to keep his identity. But
nah.
imagine, like, we probably, what if I went to LA one time and just saw him and he could have been corpse?
Well,
Or
yeah, we all
that's
could have
pretty
seen,
cool.
but
At
no,
least
no, he
he's
doesn't
like
go out.
famous, but
He
still
doesn't go
has
out at
like
all.
that
He's a
privacy.
really, he's a really introvert. Like he doesn't go out. Like if you know him, like nah, you would never see him out. He rarely goes out.
I'm looking up a corpse face review.
He said he might do at the end of the year, so that's something to look forward to. But I don't know if he will. He's still kind of like I don't want. He's still I
But
don't want to
people have
force
like that
him.
cartoon for him, huh? Like that
People have
like
that. That's like he says like that's kind of how he like I guess that's kind of how he looks. I don't really know the full story on that, but that's like a hint, I guess. I don't know, but
uh
I
that's
mean, he can
cool.
take his time. He can take his time. I don't really care.
For real, it's been how long?
It's been a long time though. He's been on YouTube for a
Oh,
while.
how do you feel about? I honestly don't really listen to Playboy Cardi, but how do you feel about Whole Lotta Red? Because
Oh, a
I
whole lot of
like
red. I don't know. I listened to the first song. I was like,
I was listening to some of the songs and I don't really like listen to Playboy Cardi like that, and I
but
like
now he a
wasn't
bitch
down for
though.
it.
After
But
what he did
with Iggy and
with
his baby,
Iggy and his
dude,
baby. Okay, that's
his
messed
own kid,
up.
he
His
was
own
playing
kid, his
PS5.
firstborn.
Dude, that's literally
No, did
like
you see the thing I sent you? Oh my
no, what did you
god.
say?
The feature, bro. When Future was like, I'm proud of you. I was like, dog,
Oh
that shit
yeah,
was
oh yeah, he was like, I'm
funny.
proud of you.
Proud of
His
you. That shit
he
was
said
funny. That me that sent me. I woke up to that. I was like,
it.
oh my god. But nah, bro. I don't know. I don't like his music. Or not his music. I like his old music. I like I can't even name him. Like I can't even be fake like that, bro. I
I
don't
like
listen to his music. I like Magnolia. That's the only song that I know.
I
And that's
like
when he was like actually like saying shit. Like now I don't know what the hell he's saying.
oh yeah, he sounds like he on some crack when he's
Dude, I don't know what
fucking
he's saying sometimes. Like you gotta look at the lyrics, and sometimes I'm like, bro, that's not even what he said. Like people are like, no, he's actually saying stuff. You just gotta like listen. And then like I read the lyrics, I'm like, okay, yeah, he is slow, he's saying some stuff, but I'm like, bro, just say it. Like, why you gotta make your voice like that? Like, bro, I'd rather go listen to Mario Judah's version of a whole lot of red than his version, honestly.
I'm weak. I liked this wasn't part of his album, but I liked the Pain 1993 with Drake. His feature, it was okay. Like I know a lot of people like were hating on his feature on that, but I
Oh,
liked
that
it.
one, yeah, that one wasn't that bad. I like that one. That one was okay.
Yeah, but I was like listening to his songs and I was like, bruh, like you can't even hear what he's saying. Like I didn't really like I was like I literally went through all of them and I didn't like any of them. Low
I was
key.
like, the people who hate on mumble rap, I can get why they hate on him or hate on mumble rap because of him.
Yeah.
But people who say like, I don't know, some people who like hate on like
Oh, I like Flex. His song Flex. I like that song.
Flex. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Like some people who hate on mumble rap and hate on that kind of mumble rap, I was like, okay, I can understand. Like, but I'm like mumble rap to me, honestly, some of them, some mumble quote unquote mumble rappers, I like because they go hard. Like, or their beats go
Like who?
hard. Like Little Uzi. Like sometimes I
Oh
like some
yeah,
of his
his
songs. Some of
beats
his
go.
songs they just be bumping. Like
Some of his songs, yeah, they
some of
do.
his songs be bumping. Like not all of them, but some of his songs they be. I be
Yeah.
vibing with them. I
20
be vibing.
minutes will
5 minutes
forever be
going.
my
Like
favorite
sometimes
song.
he has some classics. Some of his new songs ain't like the best, but some of them I
Yeah.
like. I'm like I still like. I be vibing with them. I'm like okay.
My my number top or like my top artist for Apple Music this year was Drake. I was pretty surprised. My second was obviously Janae Aiko, of course. Bae. Nah.
I'm
But
dead.
I was
I don't
surprised.
know who I gotta look at. I don't know how to look at my statistics. 'Cause I use YouTube.
Oh you do. I don't know either. But
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how to look at my statistics, but I listen to A lot of rap and a lot of hip hop, but I'm pretty sure my number one artist would it's probably be Eminem because he dropped a lot for 2020. Or he didn't drop a lot, but a lot of stuff happened for 2020.
For some reason, I could never get into his music, but I don't know why. I just don't like him at all.
It's okay, yeah, it's to each their own. I fuck with them
Yeah.
because he just be spitting, bro.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like some songs that I kind of like,
Yeah,
but
some
yeah,
people
he
are like,
spits fast as fuck, and like you can't really understand
well,
what he's
sometimes yeah, he spits fast, but no, sometimes he just be saying some stuff. He be and just be like, oh,
saying.
like it just be bars, like
I always thought he looked scary too. Like him and Michael
I'm
Jackson
dead.
always like scared me for some
You're so dumb, so weak. You just don't like white people.
reason. No. Michael Jackson
Oh,
is not white. No.
yeah, not he isn't, but I'm pretty sure you didn't like when you didn't like it. It was when he was white, because that's when that's when all
Would
that
that be
shit happened.
considered a race? Is that considered racist?
Yeah, it's still racist. That's a whole nother. No, we're not even gonna get into that. Yeah, we're all a little bit racist, but I think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah. We're
um,
all a little racist in some
we're
ways.
all a little
Anyways, have a
racist
good day,
some
guys.
ways.
Not just like
Have a
way
good
to end the
day,
podcast. Nah.
evening, whenever you're listening to this.
No, I have no idea how we should end these, but stay edumacated. No.
Look forward to our next episode, and yeah, that's it. I guess. Any
Peace.
last words?
Bye, little pickle and peanuts. Love you. No.
Peace out.